day, Ruskin enjoyers. Hope tonight, 'cause it's time for the abnormal barders. Today, everything is abnormal except the MP5. Only the MP5 this week is a regular skin. Everything else is an abnormal skin. Now, if you're a little bit confused with the terminology we just used, abnormal, regular skins, what's it about? Do you need help? Well, sit back, I'll quickly help you out. If you could consider looking in the description of this video right now, you'll see two videos are listed at the very top of the description. The first video is a 60-second short video which will quickly showcase to you the abnormal skins. They appear in pretty much every single Rust store, and they become marketable before the Rust store even rotates. So basically, if we can figure out the right time when they're about to become marketable, we can sit here, we can figure out prices for all the skins, and when the time is right, we can race to get those barders down as soon as possible, and hopefully we're the people that pick up these skins for a much cheaper price in the future. So yes, I repeat, abnormal skins become marketable before the Rust review rotates, and that gives you a great advantage into trying to figure out whether these skins can actually work out as nice investments in the future. Because after we do the abnormal barders, we can look at all the skins in the Steam market, we can see how many barders each skin has, how high the prices go, and then we can contemplate, you know what, maybe that skin could actually retain its value in the future. Maybe that could actually work out as a nice investment. So if you're completely new to this, chances are you might want to just go ahead, watch the first 5 minutes of this video, maybe skip ahead to the Barders chapter, which is of course listed in the description, and then skip ahead to the Abnormal Barders support chapter. We can listen in and hear me as I explain everything, because if you want to get involved with Ruskin investing, this is going to be super helpful for you, 100%, right? So, all right. If you're still a little bit confused in regards to like regular skins, well, they only become marketable when the Rust rotates. So yeah, if you're a little bit confused, if you're a bit overwhelmed, if you're like, oh, I kind of need more than just an example of an abnormal, well, there's a second video listed in the description, which is about 20 minutes long, which will explain everything there is in regards to abnormals, how it all works, the mechanics behind it, how to identify them, how to figure out when they become marketable. Does it make sense? All good. So yeah, sorry that it might have been a bit overwhelming, but we've got to move on because I've only got so much time. 25 minutes. So before I jump in, I just want to point out, in my predictions video, I kind of dismissed everything because it wasn't looking to be a very interesting looking Rust store this week. And at first glance, chances are you probably thought the same. But after about 6 days of this Rust store, I can confirm some of the other skins here are actually looking pretty sweet, pretty interesting right about now. But I was always looking at that UAP Bearskin Rug. And I was always looking at that and saying, you know what? Even initially when I first saw it, I thought that was the best investment for the week. Now, it seems I've correctly figured out how much it's going to sell, after a full 7 days. I thought it was going to sell between 17 to 20,000 subscribers. By tomorrow, I don't think they'll be reaching over 20,000 subscribers, unless it's like a late rotation. We'll see. Anyway, so, yeah, that has sold just as much as we were expecting. And as I've already made a big fuss about, I don't think we're going to see another Bearskin Rug being accepted for quite some time. Now, who knows if it actually manages to become a focused item of the month, which would be a bit hard because, like, how many ideas can you have for a Bearskin Rug that makes sense? There's only so many sort of sensible ideas left, maybe. I think they've all been used up, to be honest with you. we've had to make an alien just to see it being accepted. Now, of course, I guess it makes sense. And, of course, we do have, like, the UAP collection. But we haven't seen a UAP skin being accepted since, like, 2023. So, scrolling down. There you go. I'm not sure if we're going to see a resurgence of this collection anytime soon. I mean, you might notice with Little Ranger here, he's got a lot of collections here. He's got his fingers in a lot of pies. Oh, wow, yes. So, I can also point out, this past weekend, he didn't make a UAP skin. He went back to Night Demon. And chances are, you never know, they might go back to Rainbow Pony. They might do something completely different. Maybe another Abyss skin. I wouldn't be surprised if eventually we do see another UAP skin, alright? But nothing is guaranteed. You cannot just instantly assume it's definitely to get accepted. So, the UAP collection's still in a bit of an odd spot. But if that was all by itself, if that Bearskin Rug was all by itself, you know what? It'd still be perfectly fine. Because again, I'm just not expecting any more Bearskin Rug skins to be accepted for quite a while. And that glows ever so nicely at night time. You got ET in your base. It's so cool. It's chill. It's so cool. That's fun. That's goofy. I don't think we're going to see a very goofy sort of like Bearskin Rug like that ever again. So, I think it's in a very good spot. It has sold a decent amount. I think what I'm going to offer is $1 to $1.50. I respect it. I mean, you could comment below your thoughts in regards to it. But yeah, no, I think I will probably be buying some tonight as well. I have to respect that I just don't see any more bearskin rugs being accepted by the end of this year. Maybe I'll eat my words. Maybe we get like a kick drop bearskin rug or something. I don't know. We'll see. Twitch drop? Twitch rivals or purple? You never know. But I don't think they'd glow, so we'll see. We'll see. So anyway, all right, you're cool. You're interesting. I don't expect any more competition. I look at it positively. Now we had the Dominus Mortis LR300. Now, I was surprised to see this. With this being accepted, I've actually seen these other skins go up in price. What? So if you aren't fully well aware, this is a weapon-only collection, and typically weapon-only collections, they tend to suffer. Now, chances are these were just buyouts because they didn't actually have that many on the Steam market, and as I can just quickly go ahead and showcase, yeah, there's only 9 of these in the Steam market now, and there's only 9 of these in the Steam market now, so I'm just kind of led to believe some people just probably jumped in and bought out all the stock, and now it appears to be a lot more valuable. But the highest price bar right now is only $1.50. So, well, I mean, it's a $2 skin, or it was a $2 skin, so I guess it still makes sense. What I'm saying is that maybe with another skin being accepted after this could also get a boost. And, oh, lo and behold, what do we have right here? Oh, yeah, a rocket launcher. I should point out, though, there is competition. This actually appeared after the Redemption rocket launcher. So, that or Redemption, I'm not sure, but I want to make sure that you're aware that there are other options available potentially. So, all right, cool. Anyway. That has a very useful transparent aim sight. But the second I saw it, I immediately made a big fuss sitting here and saying, guys, you should be fully well aware, Heatseeker has the exact same thing. But this is cheaper than Heatseeker. True. But before we even saw this being accepted, this collection was struggling. It was suffering. Heatseeker wasn't suffering. Heatseeker was doing quite alright. Or rather, the older skins were doing quite alright. So, as you'll see, all the older skins were doing perfectly fine. Right now, the LR300 is only about 80 cents more pricier compared to this right here. I did straight up just sit there and say, look, if you want to have a nice pay-to-win, transparent aim sight LR300, just spend a little bit more and get the the Heatseeker LR300, because that very likely would be a whole lot more reliable to retain its value. And I kind of still stand by that point. But this also didn't really sell that much. But then again, in the grand scheme of things, like, if I could just quickly go ahead and showcase to you, like, how many subscribers this has compared to all the other LR300s. It's in the upper portion, but it's not exactly like a ridiculously high amount. But please, just look at all the skin prices here. Just look at all the red. Look at all the red. People do not appreciate the weapon itself. People do not care for the skins. Now, we have had some transparent aim sight LR300s in the past. Yes, true. That is 100% correct. Quite a lot of them are also still really badly down in price. I'm a bit hesitant with this still. Like, I mean, would have to have another attempt with buffs for the LR300 to see this actually work out quite alright, I reckon. I'm not going to be surprised in the slightest if this goes down in price. I really wouldn't be surprised. So, what do you say then, Hedge? I think I'm just going to offer like $1.50 to $2, and I feel like $2 is still being very generous. Like, consider, how's this going to perform around October time? Where's the autumn fall seasonal dip? I'm not sure what to say. So, I am hesitant, but I think up to $2 probably should still be okay. And if we do get resurgence with the collection, if we do happen to get more weapon skins, maybe another attempt for the cloven armor, you know, the more the merrier. I wouldn't be surprised if the LR300 does actually work out quite alright. So, if this theme, if this trend continues, I'm all for it. So, keep an eye on the workshop. Hope that we see some more interesting collection continuations. But if it suddenly stops again after this, I'm going to be worried. And again, 14,500 is quite an average amount of sales. So you should still see quite a lot of them on the Steam market afterwards. We'll see how it goes, alright? So, it's the weapon itself I'm worried about, okay? If it was good, if people appreciated it more, people would buy more skins. And the skin would actually work out quite alright. But evidently, based on what we see, oh, that doesn't seem to be the case. So, alright, cool. Babylon Sheep in the Door. I did a nice little showcase of this with the brand new garage door, which you can see right over to here. And I even did a comparison with Ultramarine. Now, it kind of made me appreciate Ultramarine a little bit more because at night time, it just stands out so much better. Stands out. It's a whole lot more prominent and whatnot. I don't mean to disrespect what we see here, but I did kind of sit here immediately and say, oh, look, it kind of looks like ultramarine. And I contemplated the potential that we might see the same success that we saw of ultramarine and whatnot. But, well, anyway, so with what I see here, it sold a decent amount, not too ridiculous. In fact, if I could just quickly hop back over to here, I thought the Sheep Matador was going to sell between 10 to 12,000 subscribers. That seems to be smack dab in the middle at the moment. Well, I mean, if the garage door gets accepted, all right, yeah, I'd imagine that get a nice boost. But does it continue? Do we go all the way? Do we get a whole lot more deplorables being accepted? Or does it just stop with this? Because if that happens, look at all the Sheep Matadors that have come out over the recent years. Unless it's anime, well, it's probably going to suffer. As you'll notice, the vast majority of these have been struggling and suffering. Now, unless you're goofy like Senior Tomato, or pay to win like B Medal and Protector Sheep Matador, like, yeah, you're probably going to suffer. You're probably going to suffer. So, well, we better hope to see some collection continuations, or you're going to suffer. So, regards to the price I see here, 70 cents to $1. I don't fully trust it. 70 cents to $1. Temple electric furnace. Right, let's just quickly point out. We have received quite a lot of electric furnaces. So much so that I'm starting to notice that people probably don't feel the need to buy them so much anymore. What makes you say that? Say hello to the lowest selling electric furnace so far. Temple electric furnace. Wow. Oh, well. Okay. So, yeah, that kind of sets the tone. That has sold the least, and yet, funny enough, it's the 4th best-selling skin this week. Wow. Temple collection as a whole, though, not exactly doing wonders or magical things. In fact, you know, still to this day, people question, where's the hoodie pants? Where's the T2 armor? Where's the boots and the gloves? Face punch? Can we get it tomorrow? Anyway, the deplorables aren't exactly performing very nicely. So I'm going to just be straightforward with you. I'm not exactly feeling very confident with it. And I also would be very surprised if we happen to see another electric furnace tomorrow. And the next week, and the next week. Like, all the fairly recent brand new skinnables just keep getting more and more and more and more and more acceptances. Which I guess is fine for, like, it's alright for diversity. Yep, that's the right thing to say. But, like, all the older sort of skins, the items that used to get tons of skins, well, their skins are working out better now. But, like, these newer things are starting to struggle because we just have so many of them. So, alright, cool. 80 cents to $1.20. But I'm still not sure about that. Maybe the lack of sales might help it out. But I really wouldn't be surprised if we end up with electric furnaces that sell even less. So, alright, we'll see how it goes. Now, regards to perhaps seeing too much of something, I'm sure to agree we've seen a ridiculous amount of beds. Do you want to dispute that? So ever since it first became skinnable back in October 2025, we've seen bed after bed after bed after bed after bed. Now, to be honest with you, with this year at the very least, it has slowed down a fair bit, but we've still seen 14. We've still seen 14. But this is an interesting spot. 6 days since the roster rotated, and it's only just over 9,000 subscribers. Which, interestingly, is very similar to the sales we saw with the Pirate bed and the Black Ops bed. 9,679 subscribers, 10,200 subscribers. Now, why am I bringing up these two particular skins? Well, take a look at all the skins that you see here, all the bed skins that exist into Rust. Only 2 other black beds exist, these 2. And if I were to look at them all based on highest price, well, you might be surprised to find out, oh, wow. 3rd highest, 2nd highest. Now, Popstar's in the lead. I don't think I need to explain why, but anyway. Why are these both doing very good? Is it because they happen to be part of interesting collections? Like Pirate Collection, that's got a lot of skins accepted. But in terms of deplorables, ever since that came out, like, we've only got so many deplorables. Did it mainly benefit from the fact that we had the naval update earlier this year? Probably. In fact, to this day, I still want to see hammocks being made. Hammocks to sleep in would be pretty cool. Anyway. Like, okay, what about Black Ops? Because this is weird in the sense of that is the only deplorable in this collection. But it's still doing very good. Like, very, very good. I don't know why. Is it because they're black? Is it because at night time you can't see anything? Because, of course, all 3 of them don't happen to glow in the dark. Like, I've just gone ahead and made a short video pretty much talking about the exact same thing. So you might see that tomorrow as well. But, like, I just can't seem to figure it out. They haven't sold too ridiculously. They do have reasonably in-demand collections. We could still see some more sequels that are deplorables as well. What do I say? I don't know. Well, I've got to sit here and say something. I'm intrigued. I kind of want to buy some. I might have to go grab a sneaky 20. I'm saying $1 to $1.50. Yeah. Now, you might sit there and say, what about like the previous training skins? Well, the majority of them that are doing good are the clothing and the armor skins. But we did recently see the training bag, and that's not exactly doing terrible either. Are we about to see a very interesting training deplorable collection? Probably. So, I'll see what happens next. I'm intrigued. I'll be keeping an eye on it. So, all right, cool. We'll see what happens next. But yeah, $1 to $1.50. Apotheosis of War Shopfront. So I should point out, Apotheosis of War is doing very nicely. All the skins here are doing reasonably well. Not terribly amazing, but not exactly terribly terrible. What does that mean? Well, it's not exactly doing absolutely bad, but it's also not doing absolutely insane. It's just holding up. It's just doing all right. And you know what? Just as we're about to enter August time, I'll accept that. That's all good. I'll live with that. I'll be all right with that, because I am still hoping that we still see the prices rise up ever so nicely. Still kind of waiting for that to happen. If you could hurry up, it'd help me. Anyway, so I can't confirm another skin has appeared in the workshop, but it was actually a resubmission. But it's fine, you know. The more the merrier. So yeah, we got the rug skin right there. That's cool. I'm not going to say no to that. But that was one of the original submissions. Originally, we had the garage door and the rug. They weren't accepted. But then, well, half a year later, we ended up getting the armored double door and then all of this. So the rug's just been resubmitted. But it's a perfectly fine looking rug. It's art. It's quite scary. Anyway, if that gets accepted, more the merrier, more for the collection, and this collection just keeps on plodding along. Somewhat decent sales, but not ridiculous. Still consistently getting more and more skins accepted. Okay, well, I certainly hope for the locker, maybe a sheet metal double door, you name it, you get it. But I wonder when it stops. When we've had some of these skins come out, other skins were in the same restores like Popstar skins that took away a lot more attention. So maybe in the further future, if this does get a few more skins accepted, maybe it actually works out very nicely because there's only so much of it to go around. But then again, you know, the garage door still did like 27,000 subscribers. I guess with what I'm saying only really applies to the more recent skins that are accepted. So, alright, we'll see how it goes. So, a potential collection continuation is on the horizon. Let's hope it does work out alright. But metal shop fronts, I mean, we're going to see another one tomorrow, surely. But look at them now. Look at them now. They're all doing good. So, okay. Is that going to last forever? Or with each new skin being accepted, it slowly starts to get a little bit more worse. Because again, you know, we just keep seeing more and more and more skins being introduced for these somewhat recent brand new skinnables. Will the same fate befall onto you? We'll see. Moving on, we've got the Gothic Veil Armored Door, and this has not sold that much. So much so that I've also made another short video talking about this specifically as well. Now, before, you know, some of these other skins here, I will say it was 4 for 4. 4 in a row. With each of the skins that are produced by the skin creator, all 4 of them were accepted. And right now in the workshop, I can confirm to you, we have an armored double door just sitting there in the waiting. The real question is, though, which one? Because the skin creator has like 3 or 4 different versions. At the very least, there is an option. But if I could just quickly point out, yeah, this hasn't sold that much, and it's the lowest selling skin compared to all the doors here. Only around 9,000 subscribers. Now, the second lowest selling skin is the Sheep in the Door, with 14,000. So that's quite a bit of a gap, isn't it? Yeah. So if we were to see a collection continuation, is that just going to instantly work out? Are we going to get 5 in a row? Could we get a wooden door and a wooden double door? I don't know. But I would like to see like a locker and some chairs and some tables and maybe a concrete barricade and whatnot. There's a pretty cool theme here that I think a lot of people appreciate around Halloween. So, okay. Who knows what happens next? But based on what we've seen so far, I mean, all the doors did get accepted. So I'm looking at you. I'm questioning, you know what? What am I going to offer then? $2.49. I think I'm going to sit here and say $1.20 to $1.70. And Antinomy, for the Apotheosis of War metal shopfront, I think I'll say the same. No, I think I'll do $1 to $1.50 for that one. Actually, you know what? I'll bump it up to $1.20 to $1.70. So both of these are $1.20 to $1.70. But you know what? Part of me sits here and thinks, you know what? Maybe I could bump that up to $2. Because with the position that it's in, with the lack of sales, it just makes it so much more intriguing. Perhaps it's fatigue due to the fact that we've seen so many armored doors being accepted in such a short amount of time. We've had 3 rust doors so far this month. There was 2 for every rust door. And what happens tomorrow? I guess we just got to wait and see. I reckon we'll just get 1 tomorrow. If we get 2... So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we must not forget we still have 2 more rust doors this month. And it is the focused item of the month. Are you unique and interesting enough to hold up your value? Or are there going to be complications later down the line? So that's something for us to figure out afterwards. All right, cool. Protector armored door. Well, I mean, you're the other armored door, and I will bring this up. All the previous protector doors had transparency. They all worked out perfectly fine. You do not have transparency. Huh. With a very straightforward answer, I just can't help but assume this is going to end up like the electric furnace and the protector barbecue. Somewhat slightly down in price. So with that, I think I'm just going to offer $1 to $1.50. You know what? I'll play it even safer. 80 cents to $1.50. 80 cents. No, 80 cents to $1.20. 80 cents to $1.20. I'm going to go about halfway. Sheet metal storage box. I mean, okay, you're a bit of a goofy, transparent design. Okay, you probably want to be like the work crate. I get that. I see it. I understand. But it's a little bit bigger than the work crate. I don't think it works as well. Also, with the lack of sales, it does give you an impression that people don't really need it, want it, crave it, desire it, which I guess you could say with the whole collection here. I wanted boots and gloves. Didn't get accepted. Well, I mean, so far, you know, never, you don't know what might appear tomorrow. So, okay, with you, I think I'm just going to do 70 cents to $1. And I really wouldn't be surprised if I end up removing that barter. Because, yeah. I'm going to play it safe. So, 70 cents to $1. Icecold auto turrets. So, I thought this was going to end up with around 5,000 to 7,000 subscribers. And again, you really shouldn't be surprised to see it isn't selling that much, considering what's about to appear fairly soon for absolutely free. And then, of course, we have the other auto turret. If you go check twitch.facemuch.com. So, 5,000 to 7,000 subscribers. Yes, it did get in. It's in between that so far. Tomorrow, I do not expect it to reach up to 7,000 subscribers and more. But, like, what I see here, I didn't see a collection continuation this past weekend. No! But I won't be surprised if we do see the skin creator committing to it. So, okay. Hasn't sold that much. It is the lowest selling auto turret so far, I'm led to believe. Yes, it is. Quite a bit. But chances are, with more auto turrets on the horizon, it wouldn't surprise me if we do see more sell a little bit less. But with this having a decent potential to turn into a proper collection, I might put down a pretty sweet barter for that. I think I'm going to do $1.20 to $1.70. I feel like at its worst, it might go down to about $2. But the second we see a sequel, a collection continuation... So, that's the hope. Let's see if that works out nicely. HellCore Headwrap. Huh. So, yeah, you sold next to nothing, quite literally. Wow. That is definitely the lowest selling skin here. 3,700 subscribers. But I feel like that's more of a case of people just don't need burlap head wraps. They just do not need them. They do not care for them. Like, we've got a lot of options here, and they're pretty cheap. Like, some of these have just really not worked out very well. But then again, how confident do I personally believe that we'll see more HellCore skins in the future? But more specifically, how confident do I feel that we might potentially see some more primitive skins being produced and accepted? I don't know. If we were to see, like, leather gloves and hide boots, that'd be nice. Burlap clothing, that'd be nice. Will it happen? I haven't seen it yet, so. I've seen hide clothing. I do believe hide clothing will give it a nice boost and whatnot. But it's just funny, because, like, this barely has, like, it's got less than 4,000 subscribers. The other two primitive skins, 14,000 and 11,500. Wow. So maybe due to a sheer lack of sales, that actually might work out quite all right. Do I feel confident enough that we'll see a nice, interesting boost eventually of another skin being accepted? I'd like to give it a shot. I'm going to offer 70 cents, $1. Yep, 70 cents to $1 for that $1.49 skin. I wouldn't be surprised if I do pick up quite a lot of them. But you never know. If Skin Creator does manage to get another skin accepted, even if it's a core piece, like tier 2 and whatnot, I could still see that bump up quite nicely. And for the only skin this week that is not abnormal, that being the Valkyrie MP5, the only regular skin this week that's going to become marketable when the rust rotates tomorrow, I don't really expect that much. It's just a standard MP5. I'm offering 60 cents to 80 cents. Right. Breathe. Okay, so we're actually about to have the actual abnormal barders soon. That's literally just about to happen. But I will inform you of what we're expecting tomorrow. Now, it's just another regular Rust store. I can point out that on the Micro 522 website, we've got a lot of interesting skins that are performing very, very nicely. But as I said, we're still expecting more Metal Shopfront skins. We're still expecting more Armored Door skins. So, of course, if you want to stay up to date with all the brand new recent submissions, consider watching the Rust Workshop skin checks for July 21, 2026. There is a lot of collection continuations that were submitted. A lot. In fact, in my whole collection, there's over 130 skins that are submitted. And that's just the skin creators I was following. So, you know, that's quite a lot. Right. We're getting close now. I know, guys. I've been rushing. I've been keeping track. Shut up. Right. So we've got about 100 people here watching me right now. If you're in the server, I will point out Mr. Antonomi's always keeping track of prices. He writes them down. And I would copy and paste them, but it's too late now. We've got 15 seconds to go. Right, so I hope you did your practice barders. I sincerely hope you did. And I'm just going to go over here and just get a double look on those prices. Because unfortunately, even though Hedge has sat here and talked about the prices so much, even he forgets what he said. The specifics, all right? So it's now 1 o'clock in the morning. Let's roll. Let's go. What we got? Bearskin Rug, I said $1 to $1.50. Come and appear to me. Someone's already put down the $1 barter. Wow. Alright, that's a pretty decent quick barter. Training bed, no. Gothic Armor Door. Training bed, no. Gothic Armor Door. Okay. Yep, this is it. This is the fun abnormal barter thingy we do. Temple Electric Furnace. What price did I suggest for you? I said 80 cents. Oh, no, that's my currency. Whoa. I think I might have to jump in and grab some of these later. Again, I'll probably leave it an extra hour. Then we'll look at all the barter support and whatnot, and then we'll consider it. But yeah, even then, this bed is looking very interesting. And I cannot fully figure it out. So I said up to $1.50. I want to be the highest barter, so I'm actually going to offer a little bit more. Because I also believe I'll be buying some. So here you go. I'm going to go do that. Boom. There we go. Cool. It's also with the fact that I can afford to do so. Right, Armored Door, you're also in a pretty good spot. You're also in a pretty good spot. We really need to see that double Armored Door. And as I said, if you personally feel more confident, go up to $2. Looking at everybody else, I'm like, I think I'll just offer $1.20, like £1.20 or something, yeah. Yeah, let's do that. I was a bit slow, so I'm just going to only request up to 30. Kind of did it the other way around in that particular instance, but it's fine. Just seeing the fact that I'm like the second highest barter after like, what, 3 minutes? Which, yes, even after just 3 minutes, I can easily figure out whether something's going to be actually super in demand and whatnot. Like, if it was super in demand, this would have a lot more barters, and the price would be a lot more higher. So, yeah, a lot more higher. It is not. So, okay. We should probably leave it for an hour, come back, look at all the skins, and then question what we're going to do next. And so with that, let's skip ahead. Right. So it's quite a bit later. A lot less stressful. I don't have like a deadline or a countdown or anything. So, yep, as you notice, the prices are looking pretty sweet. Now, let's go over to here and contemplate, do we actually want to jump in and buy these straight for the Rust store? Priced at $2, we have a Bearskin Rug that's going all the way up to $1.70 and above. Yeah, I kind of want to jump in and buy some of these. This has over 1,000 requests to buy, and that is looking good. Lots of support above $1, around $1.50, and of course slightly above. That is in a very good spot. So, yeah. If you were to consider buying something today, that's probably a very good shout. Again, all the positive reasons. I highly doubt we're going to see another Bearskin Rug being accepted anytime soon, let alone being submitted to the workshop. I'm sure we'll still see some more UAP skins being produced at some point. Hopefully we see them being accepted. But that is in a very good spot. Glows in the dark. It will be appreciated. It's not too hard to get a Bearskin Rug. I mean, random barrel. Ta-da. There you go. So, yeah. I think that's a perfectly fine looking skin to consider buying. Here's hoping we don't see this become a focused item of the month. I would doubt it. But now in Face Punch, Oh, they might do it to us, won't they? Alright, we'll see how it goes. Now, looking at the next skin, Training Bed. Well, priced at $2. I thought about it. I've been doing some comparisons. I'm still trying to figure it out. That's also up to $1.70. I feel like I have to go buy some. I don't understand why these other beds, these black beds, are just being appreciated just like that. But I can't help but assume that's going to probably follow suit. So, you know, if you're thinking that this is going to go up to $5, Hedge, why aren't you buying them? I am buying them. I will have to buy them. I've got a good barter there, and the $1.68 barter, and that does look as if it's going to retain its value in the foreseeable future. And I do expect to see more training deplorables being produced and whatnot. So, yeah, it's a good spot. I wonder what they do for like sheet metal door and whatnot. I guess you could have a non-glow-in-the-dark transparent design. That'd be cool. I might start asking questions. So, okay, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll still see more of the training collection, and I can't help but assume something fun is going to happen here. I don't know all the answers. I can't fully figure it out, but I'm noticing a pattern, and I feel like I've got to jump in just in case. So I'm probably going to go grab maybe 30 of them. I'll see what happens next. Now, the Gothic Veil Armored Door, I'm also tempted with this as well, although it's not as strongly supported compared to the other skins. However, with the success of the previous door skins, I would say this is more likely to happen. But is it going to actually like maintain its price? Is it going to be good? Well, again, lower selling skin compared to the other doors. Oh, do I want to do a sneaky 20? Is it going to suffer with more armored doors being accepted, which is expected? This is annoying. I can afford to do so. It's just, you know, I don't want to just jump in for the sake of jumping in. But those other skins did work out quite right. But they also suffered again, didn't they? Like, before we saw this being accepted, the sheet metal double door and the sheet metal door were barely evens last week. All right? That wouldn't be profitable, would it? But before that, they were quite profitable. I don't think this is going to end up like the garage door, but it does rely upon more skins being accepted after it. But also, how many listings are we going to see afterwards anyway? Like, maybe the armored double door takes a while to potentially be accepted. Does that instantly suffer? Does it just retain? Or does it actually manage to maintain a pretty decent profitable price for a while? I might think on that one a bit longer. I reckon you could at least put down a $2 barter. You might be able to pick those up for about 50 cents cheaper. Nobody actually did the $2 barter, like a fatter, big quantity barter. So, alright, maybe that might be the smartest way to go about it. Now, with the Temple Electric Furnace, well, I'm not 100% sure if everything's fine. All the other deplorables in this collection haven't really worked out very well. I'm trying to figure it out, right? Chill out. I think you're just better off putting down a $1.50 barter if you wanted to pick up a bunch of these, all right? Like, you currently are the lowest selling electric furnace, and you do look cool in game. And I kind of have to respect that. You know, last week or the week before, we had the gear mechanism electric furnace, and it had a very interesting hue, an interesting color scheme, and that's still doing good right now. Can we end up with a very similar situation like the Temple Electric Furnace here? Or am I just overthinking it? Am I just hoping for the best too much? I think you're just better off with $1.50 barter. I'm just going to say that. Yeah, right. Well, if you want to offer more, you're more welcome to do so, but I think a $1.50 barter should work out perfectly fine, and you'll pick up a bunch of them for $1 cheaper. Dominus Mortis LR300. Look, listen, if you really want one for yourself, because it'll be helpful, just buy it. Treat yourself. Buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creators, keep them nice and motivated to want to keep putting out nice creative designs in the future. But as an investment, I think you're just better off putting down a $2 barter. Now, it hasn't sold ridiculously. It also hasn't really sold like hardly anything. It sold an average amount. And you very likely could end up seeing quite a lot of these on the Steam market after a while. Again, usually around October time, a lot of prices reach rock bottom prices. So, low points. I do care quite a lot about the long term. It's not fun, like, looking at every single barge you've done at the very beginning of September, just to double check and make sure, could I get dumped on with this? Could I get dumped on with that? Better remove that barter. So I think, you know what? If we really wanted some, a $2 barter should work out all right. If you're going to play it a little bit safer, maybe offer like $1.60 or $1.70. It's up to you, right? So, who knows? We might see an optimized LR300 or a tribal alloy. Well, consider that. So, all right, cool. We'll see how it goes. HellCore Headwrap. So, how do I go about this? I'm not really sure what's going to happen next. The skin creator has been trying for, well, more core pieces, aka the tier 2 armor, and recently they did just submit the boots and the gloves. Will either of that potentially get accepted? I care about that. I definitely cared more about that compared to a head wrap. But you know what? Maybe Face Punch probably wants more primitive skins. If you're starting to think like that, if you're starting to think, you know what, maybe that's what they want. And if the skin creator provides that, well, that surely would bounce up in price. But how high would it even go? Is it even that useful? Is it even that necessary? So I think I'm just going to stick with my $1 barter. I'm slightly above $1. I'm right here, so... yeah, I think I'm just going to stick with the $1 barter. I don't know how it's going to go. But HellCore does get skins accepted. It's just, unfortunately, it's not the ones I'm wanting. But if I, start diversifying my investments in them, maybe things could work out quite all right. I'm all for more primitive. But come on now, Face Punch. Can we just please finish the core pieces first, then diverge into primitive and whatnot? And we've got a jacket as well. A jacket before tier 2. Why? So, okay, we'll leave it be. I think you might just be better off with a $1 barter as well. But if you really want some, offer $1.20. Try and get them about 30 cents cheaper. Icecold Auto Turret, priced at $3. I think if you really, really, really want some, go ahead and offer $2. I feel like that might be the smarter way to go about it. Other than that, we'll see what happens. You currently are the lowest selling Auto Turret skin as of now. As of now, there will be more. But, yeah. We're just about to get 2 Auto Turret Twitch drops. Both of them happen to glow in the dark. That doesn't. Will people prefer that? I didn't mention that earlier. Should have. I should have. But again, awkward timing. This appears after how many of them have been accepted? Just as we're about to see 2 being given away for absolutely free. And if you like the colour blue, guess what? One of them's blue. So maybe that might prove to be helpful for you, especially if we were to see collection continuations in the future. If you're feeling confident, if you're feeling like, you know what, that actually could work out quite all right, maybe put down like a $2 barter. In the long term, though, as of now, how many listings are we going to even see? And remember, if there's a whole bunch of people that refuse to list theirs below like $3, for example, or, $5, for example, that very likely could climb up in price. There's only so many to go around. So keep an eye on this then. If that worries you, maybe put down a pretty good barter. Or just go grab a few from the Steam market, Rust store, just in case. It's up to you. Again, if you like it, if you really want it, just treat yourself, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creators, keep them nice and motivated to want to keep putting out nice creative designs in the future. Yes. Protect your armored door. I don't trust it. I don't think that's going to hold up. I think you could just probably put down like a $1.50 barter and you'll very likely pick up a bunch of them. So if you really want to pick up some today, $1.50 barter. If you really need to be extra secure about it, offer a $2 barter. I really wouldn't be surprised if they end up being thrown at you. Okay? So, yeah. Apotheosis of War Shopfront. Well, shopfronts are looking pretty good as of now. But at some point, is there going to be like a turning point where we have far too many of them that exist? And then they're all going to start suffering? Struggling? Twitch drops? Kick drops? I feel like they're an inevitability. I've seen a Hazma shopfront. I've seen Smouldering. I've seen some very cool looking designs. There will be more. In fact, chances are we might have 2 tomorrow. Or next week. Or just one, tomorrow and next week. We'll see. But there will be more and more and more and more. And it's going to start piling up. So we'll see what happens next. But Apotheosis of War collection, it's not doing too bad. I must respect it. So, all right, we'll see how that goes. But in regards to what I see here with the barters, look, if you really wanted to grab some, I'd offer $1.80. pick them up for about 70 cents cheaper. I don't know how they're going to behave as we go through October time. This could be new to learn from, but I think you could be quite successful with a $1.80 barter. Then we've got the Babylon Sheep Matador. Well, oh boy. I think you could just offer $1.30. You very likely will pick up a bunch of these as time goes on. But if we were to see the collection continuation, all right, you know what? Maybe that does work out a whole lot better. In theory, it would. Will it end up being a pretty large collection like Ultramarine, which did get quite a lot of skins accepted, lots of deplorables? Or is it probably just going to get 2 or 3 skins and that's it? Or maybe nothing. Who knows? If you feel confident that it will be getting a sequel, a collection continuation, I'd suggest offering $1.50. If you feel a little bit more confident, maybe offer a little bit more. But I kind of lean more towards I worry about it and I might just play it safe. And then for last, we have the sheet metal storage box. I'm not really that much of a fan of it. I don't want to sound mean. It's just I don't really see it really working out very well. Maybe we suddenly start seeing a whole bunch of sheet metal deplorables and whatnot. We'll see. But, you know, I don't think it's that flashy enough for a lot of people to appreciate. Maybe people don't want to have flashy things. Well, guess what? I'm very much led to believe that there's a lot more people that prefer flashy and colourful things compared to the dull, more grounded designs. I'm not dissing it, just pointing out the more likely outcome. So, yeah, I think you're just better off offering $1.50. So overall, honestly, I think I actually might be buying some stuff today. I knew walking in that I was going to look at that very positively, and even now, yes. So that's looking pretty good. I'm far too curious about this. I feel like I've got to jump in. And I have made some short videos about this, and I think I might have to jump in and grab like a 20 of these, just to see how it goes. Like, it's already successful. We've already had 4 of these doors being accepted, so that's nice to see. But I don't think it's going to stop. And if the skin creator does dabble into other deplorables and whatnot, I think you've got a pretty cool looking set. Just about ready for Halloween 2026. Oh, it's going to get Gothic. Oh, yes. Crypt building skin, Gothic doors. Yes. I think a lot of people are going to have some fun with that. So, all right. Looking forward to it. Could we get like a Gothic Halloween design? Maybe I'll start knocking on the door and ask the skin creator. I should ask about other deplorables. So, I might jump in and grab a few of them. I can afford it. I don't want to be stupid with the funds I have, though. We'll see how it goes. Again, as we're about to roll into August time, I'm very likely just going to start going crazy selling as much as I can. Not ridiculously, you know, within good reason, but still. So we'll see how it goes, all right? So, all right, you know what? Maybe it's worth giving it a try, giving it a shot. Ah, he's convincing himself now, isn't he? Yeah. All right, then. So, yeah, feel free to comment below your own thoughts. What do you plan to do? Do you feel more confident in certain skins compared to me? Feel free to comment below. But yeah, last week I bought 100 of them. I was like, guys, don't care. Jumping in, buying a bunch. Well, I mean, it's doing good at the moment. Could you do a little bit better? We'll see. Also, something compelled me. I just felt the need to jump in and buy 30 of them last week. That was a pretty good shout. Still haven't seen a collection continuation, though. But we can wait. We can be patient. We anticipate. So, right, cool. So, yeah, there you go. That's how everything stands currently. Again, not feeling that confident with the Valkyrie MP5, but, I mean, it's just a standard MP5. Nothing against it. Not hating. Just being realistic. The most likely outcome is going to be, well, the most likely outcome. Sorry to say, but yeah, it happened many times in the past, and it very likely happened again. So, right, cool. Right, so, I would recommend signing in on SEMM, get your inventory values, and just see how everything's turning out at the moment, all right? Because I am noticing quite a lot of my skins are starting to rise up in price. I wonder why. Oh, Thundergirl, oh wow, you went up by $1.54. Oh, okay. Now, we'll sit here and say SEMM doesn't always track, it's not always up to date, but it's got a very good indicator of how things are currently moving. So you can see lots of ups, lots of downs. Oh dear. But overall, yeah, things look pretty good. That's a big chunk from the Thundergirl Road Sign kilts. Yes. But it's not just this. If you're to look to the left as well, we've also got market cap. And what you can do right now is you could go to market cap and you could just start looking at all the prices of various different skins. it's mainly the ones that sell the most, it seems, the more valuable skins. So whilst it's refreshing, oh, there you go, now did it. In the past 24 hours, the Forest Raiders roadside pants have gone up by 2.6%. In the past 7 days, 5.6%. And in the past 30 days, it's been up by 1.4%. So within that past 30 days, it does include the dip. But as far as the past week, we're climbing. We're climbing. So yes, this is probably a good indicator to figure out if things are working out quite all right. Lots more positivity in comparison to negativity. So yeah, that might be mentioned in an upcoming summer video. Yes. But that's looking pretty good, and that's helpful. So it gives you a good idea of how things are currently moving at the moment. Awesome. Right then, so that's pretty much everything. Once again, consider looking at micro522.com if you don't want to get yourself set up with a brand new followed authors list and whatnot in the workshop. Also gives you a good idea of what's performing very nicely, what's looking good. And of course, consider watching this video to see all the brand new Twitch drops that will be appearing between July 30 to August 6, 2026. They haven't appeared on twitch.facepunch.com yet, but they will be, okay? They will be. And, well, other than that, let's see if everything matched up to expectation. And let's see if any of the skins that appeared in last week's Rust Workshop skin checks potentially gets accepted. Are we actually going to see some clothing and armor? Are we actually going to see... Give it to me, please. Are we actually going to be happy, and are we actually going to see some clothing armor? Do you believe? And I'm not talking just one piece. I need more than that, please. Please. You know what? Make it all clothing armor. That would be balance. Face punch. I don't need to see 20 deplorables. I need to see 20 pieces of tier 2, tier 3, boots and gloves, hoodie and pants, maybe some primitive skins. Yeah. Please. Right, anyway, so that's it. That's a wrap. Thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Have a lovely day. And if you're watching this during your lunch break, start making decisions in regards to what you want to do. Whilst we have seen recent Rust stores rotate fairly later, Face Punch could just randomly turn around and rotate it early. They do tend to be a bit wacky sometimes, but as of recent, it has been a bit later. So, alright, cool. I'll be on stream tomorrow showcasing all the brand new skins. Consider looking at my socials, specifically the Twitch link, and, well, chances are I'll probably just wait until it actually appears, and then I'll probably start the stream. Depends how I feel. My ear's still funny. It's just been leaking. What? Oh, yeah, it's been bad. Right then, other than that, thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Catch you later. See you, goodbye.